everybody, and welcome to What's Happening Deerfield, the show that brings you the people, places, and events of New Hampshire's favorite town, Deerfield, New Hampshire. I'm Joe Manzi, alongside, as always, Erica Almeida.
Hey, Joe.
Hi. And Erica, this week, it's all about Deerfield Old Home Day. We're just going to talk
so exciting.
Non-stop about all the events of Deerfield Old Home Day.
It's enough to talk about, that's for sure.
We're decked out in our
yes,
t-shirts, so we don't forget the date. We can look right down there.
What is the date?
Saturday, August 16th, just like the shirt says. Deerfield Old Home Day. So I thought these posters as well that you see around town kind of describes the schedule. Is our cameraman Will Spillane, is that coming up good on our schedule? Can you see our schedule of events up there? Nice. Okay. And so I thought we could kind of go through it and talk a little bit about Old Home Day, how it works, what we're expecting to have there, and
we have
kind
some
of
new
take
things,
it from there.
or
we do?
new but old.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Reintroduced, right?
You scared me for a minute. I want to make sure I'm aware of everything that's going on, because sometimes I get startled easily. So, yeah, I thought we would do that and just kind of sort of take it by the schedule, and then maybe that will jog our brain to sort of think of important things we'd like to say and mention along the way to give people the best possible Old Home Day experience this year.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to start things off for Old Home Day, and sort of a kind of an overall theme this year as well, as we're celebrating the library's 100th anniversary.
100 years.
100 years. I remember when that place was nothing more than just people shoveling dirt.
You do,
yeah,
do you?
I remember that, yes.
He's looking pretty good.
The Philbrook James building is 100 years old, and that, of course, is where the Deerfield Library is. So we're excited about that, sort of tying that in. And the library will be doing some extra special activities throughout Old Home Day to sort of celebrate that and keep that in people's mind. Obviously, the library is a real treasured thing here in town that gets a lot of use and does so much for all age populations and everything. So it's nice to be able to give them some recognition, and that building recognition of 100 years. So it's held up well.
Right. I would have guessed.
So that said, we're going to move on to our schedule, I think, a little bit. Maybe you could take a peek and kind of let people know what the event is.
Yeah, I'll start with the first thing. That's the most exciting.
And we'll throw it in. Yeah.
So the Old Homes Day actually starts from 7 to 11. We have the fireman breakfast that they put on down there at the fire department on Church Street. And they do a really nice job. We actually started our day there last year. And
the breakfast is awesome.
Yeah, they full breakfast.
Yep.
And it runs all the way through till 11 o'clock.
Or supplies last.
Or supplies last.
You see some people how much bacon they tell.
I actually think we
can only
it was closed last year.
Yeah, that's a lot of because you can go up as many times as you like, and
it's a lot of bacon.
Yeah, they do a great job.
They
do. A lot of bacon. And I was saying to Fire Chief Mark Tibbetts regarding the breakfast, is what I find to be really great about the breakfast on Old Home Day is no matter if you aren't doing much during the course of the day and you just want to enjoy the breakfast, or if you have a million things to do, and this is a way of kind of stopping, relaxing. That's why I think so many of us have gone up there as like the staff of the day to kind of start things off, kind of compare your notes, get your game face on, enjoy your breakfast, and it's a great way to start the Old Home Day.
Absolutely.
So it's been very popular. Yep.
So yeah, hopefully we'll see everyone down there at the fire department to start your day. And like Joe said, even if you have a busy Saturday, still come and support the fire department and have some breakfast with the family. So
definitely.
Moving on. You want me to keep going?
Certainly.
Okay.
I like it this way. You make the big announcements and I throw in the jabs wherever I have to.
That's probably a good system.
Go ahead.
So then we have from 9 to noon, the Friends of the Deerfield Library have their book and bake sale, and that's held at the Philbrook James Library. And actually, once again, really amazing. I was quite amazed last year at the extensive amounts of books, and they have a lot of people in town that donate and help them put on this event. So, and along with celebrating the 100th year anniversary, I'm assuming, like you said, there might be some other...
There might be a 100-year-old book in there, you never know.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah. It's not that old for books.
That's not that old.
For books, as long as the binder holds in pretty well.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot of books that old. The other thing, too, I think about those first two events we mentioned, the Fireman's Breakfast and the Library Book and Bake Sale, is how well they work together. Because pretty much everybody did both.
Yeah, well, it's hard not to.
Well, you can walk off your bacon, walking around the tables of books, or you go to the book sale and you do the breakfast. So they, I think the library saw an increased crowd with that, with the firemen's breakfast being added in the last couple of years at Old Home Day, and vice versa. A lot of people are at the library area because during that time, that's really what we have going on for Old Home Day. You know, our Old Home Day.
Right, it's not really.
Yeah, it's not one of the, you know, it's not an event where we bring in outside vendors and sort of set up one area all day long with vendors. It's more of a sort of a traditional old town, Old Home Day. So these are the events that are going on in the morning, or those couple of things, so they get all the sort of attention and focus for that time.
Right, right. And meanwhile, you're setting up and doing all of those things.
It's hard to ask people to, you know, as well be there all day, every event, do everything. So, you know, it gives people a chance to kind of plan their own schedule within that. And
you really, I mean, it is all day. I mean, I realized that last year. It is all day. I mean, you can make it a day event, you can make it a hour event if you want. But once you hit that noontime, 1 o'clock, it's pretty much ending with the fireworks. So,
again, all depending on how, what it means to you.
Right.
What day is for you. If that means that during the early part of the day you're home putting your side together so you can show up at just a barbecue and do that, then that works as well. So, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves on the schedule.
I know, it's so exciting.
It is, it's hard not to.
Really excited to hear.
Keep bringing it back to food somehow, I always do.
So the next thing, really excited, I was very excited to hear this come back, the road race. So the Old Home Road Race is back in Deerfield, and that starts at 9 a.m. And I believe registration takes place that day at the race site, which is starting
right in front of the town hall. And they do the Meeting House Hill course. And for those who haven't done it, it is very hilly.
I haven't done it,
question.
Actually.
It's hilly, but it's a great course. It's certainly a scenic course, very beautiful. A couple of things about the road race I'd like to say is that thanks to Tracy Moorcraft for really doing so much of the work to bring it back this year, because it was a void to have lost it. The numbers did decrease a lot over the last few years, and there's so many road races out there, I mean, to be honest. But this one is unique. It has an emphasis on Deerfield. There's no charge to be in the road race. It really is about a community coming together, having fun, whether you want to walk it, whether you want to run it, you know, having a great time with it. And the response that I'm getting, people talking to me, I'm expecting a really big turnout, for the road race.
Well, sometimes that's nice too, because people have been asking for it. So now that it's back, it will come back with a big comeback.
I think
basically.
so. Yeah, and as I said a minute ago, it's a little bit different because it's not, I don't see it as in competition with, I mean, let's face it, every weekend you could you have your pick of all kinds of 5Ks, whether they're throwing paint in your face or they're whatever it is. There's so many out there, but this one is unique because it's not bringing in people who are all about the road race, you know, every weekend, and it really has its market. It is a Deerfield crowd, and it's for beginners and, as we say, walkers, anybody who wants to just have fun with it. So
right, that sounds great.
And that's 9 a.m. is race time. You can register anytime after 8 o'clock.
Okay, and registration's free.
Yes.
That's huge.
It is huge.
There's not any 5Ks.
It's not a huge price.
It's not.
It's a huge deal.
There's not any 5Ks that you could find
It's
free.
unheard of.
Let me tell you that.
It's unheard of. It's unprecedented.
That's really great.
And if you want, I'll still throw some paint at you if that makes you feel a little more like one of the
Those
races.
color vibes and stuff, you know, they can be entertaining.
That's right.
Okay, so moving on. 10 a.m. we have the toddler dance program under Amy Carlson. They'll be doing a performance at the gazebo.
Yes, what they've been doing is they've been doing a week-long camp with Amy, and anybody who saw it last year knows how absolutely adorable it is, and what a nice addition it was to the whole program. But yeah, they're working hard on their routine all week so they can entertain you. So we hope to get a nice crowd, even beyond the families and everything that will obviously turn up to come to the gazebo and see them. You'll be glad you did, because it's
they were very adorable
yes.
last year.
Yeah, they really were.
How can you have a toddler up there dancing in a little outfit that's not adorable, though?
That's right. Thanks to Amy Carlson for putting all that together.
That's great. I'm sure that's hard to do. Okay, moving on. 10:30, it all starts. Right?
Well, we go right into the children's games from there, and again, the way this is set up now, years past, we've done the children's games sort of coming back from the parade, but the field
Yeah,
is so overcrowded, so crazy. It was hard to give it its moment in the sun, so to speak.
Yeah.
So the last couple of years, we have done the children's games kind of as its own entity. So they will command the center stage, and that'll be the only thing that's going on. Again,
That's
it'll be
great.
after the toddler dance presentation. So hopefully, have a lot of. Pardon me, my phone is going off. That could happen any moment.
He times it.
That's all part. You
It's a
might
good
hear
little
phones
distraction.
ringing, people knocking on doors. That's okay. We don't spend.
You never
a lot.
know what could happen in this show.
You're right,
It's
we
very
have
true.
live
We have a door
walk-ons.
here too.
Yeah, people can come in all directions. That's part of the charm of what's happening there.
It is.
But anyway, I digress. But the children's games, so yeah, they're going to have their own thing. We hope everybody comes. Again, there's no charge for the children's games. It's all about having a good time.
Yeah.
We'll kick things off with the frog jump and the frog
Which is
race.
awesome.
With our little frog boards.
Yeah.
They can be the giant bullfrogs, or they can be the teeny-weeny ones that
Which was
you
quite
lose as soon
amazing
as they start
last year.
jumping.
You
Yeah,
know,
the
it's
mix-
funny how you look at a frog and you're like, you kind of write him off as
Right.
not even a competitor.
Right.
And I think those were the ones that took it.
Yeah, yeah. You never know how
That
that
was a-
frog's feeling that morning.
Yeah.
But, and then again, that'll be the first thing we'll do. We'll hit the frogs so we can go back and have a sort of humanitarian approach to the frogs.
I was
Put them
going to
back where
say,
they
yeah,
need to
I
go,
like that.
do what they
That's
need to
nice.
do. But then we're also going to do, help me out here, we're going to do the egg spoon race.
Yeah.
It's like that, and you run with the egg and the spoon and keep it on there. That's a lot of fun. We've
Your
got the sack. The
races.
sack races
my
are going to be
favorite.
hopping. You like the way I'm acting each one out for people who aren't sure. This is the sack.
I
and
was
this
going to say,
was
what,
the egg
this is
spoon.
the sack up
Yeah,
here.
yeah, up here. And then
Oh, three-legged race.
the
Let's see you act
three-legged
that
race.
one
Well,
out.
you put your leg tie. You know how that goes. The three-legged race. Everybody's seen that. Then we have the balloon, the water balloon toss
yeah.
situation. And I didn't bring my list of games over here with me, but the wheelbarrow, the human wheelbarrow.
okay,
You know, you
yeah.
hold the feet
Yeah.
and go. We have that one. So sort of a lot of the
Think,
traditional old-time, old home day
Yeah.
barbecue town event type of.
They never get
events.
old because
No.
you do them really once a year.
And
like
they're
a
lot of
sack
fun.
race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. Yep. So that'll be going on.
And so that's after the frogs. So 10:30 is the children's games.
Yep.
Bring your frog.
Yep.
And then right after that.
Right, we'll go
The
right
games.
into the rest of
Okay.
the games. Yeah. So then as you can see, that sort of after that creates a little bit of that lull in the schedule that we talked about to allow people to go home,
Yeah.
rest, prepare, because we really would like to see everybody come back in the afternoon for everything we have going on from there. Which leads
Yeah.
me back
I was gonna say.
to your
that's-
reading of the official schedule poster.
Okay, and I'm going right down, so
Yeah.
not to jump around to
That's
get
probably,
back.
easier for everybody, yeah.
But from 2 to 4 p.m. we have the Friendship Garden Party, which is behind the library. And do you want to talk a little bit about exactly what that is?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have a special dedication back there. They've already been working on preparing the area and the setup of the area and the work they've been doing. They're also gonna have some live entertainment back there as well. So yeah, it'll be really nice. And again, I think that's gonna really target a lot of the library supporters.
Yeah.
But obviously, we'd like to see anybody else come who can be available for that time. But it's nice because it does have its specific group. So if, for instance, part of the library friendship crowd isn't there for children's games, this is what they're going to target their part of Old Home Day towards, is that library garden party. So
Right, and that's kind of in between some of that lully time
Right,
too.
yep,
So
yeah, and again, so they'll have
perfect.
that back area behind the library sort of all to themselves as,
Right.
as they do that. So
I didn't realize there was a back area.
yeah, and
I
they,
know
as
that
you say,
sounds
they've
bad.
kind of developed it more now in advance of this Old Home Day
Sounds
event
nice.
as well. Yeah,
Have to get over there to see it.
you do.
Yeah. Okay, moving on, we have the parade, which is again back this year.
Mhm.
Exciting. And so we have that going off at 4 p.m.
Well, yeah, the actual lineup, if you're going to be in the parade, and we are still taking people
I was
to
going
be
to
in
say,
the
are we
parade.
taking people?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
contact Chief Tibbetts at 608-8720.
Bottom.
Okay, and he'll get you right in that parade. So feel free to join us. We'd love to see, more people, more organizations, everybody be a part of the parade. It's a short
Yeah.
distance. If you have a major truck or float, then you could go to DCS, Deerfield Community School, for the 3 o'clock lineup. Otherwise, everybody else will meet at the Legion Hall, and they'll go from the Legion Hall to the town hall. It's a big year for politicians, So we expect a lot of them to be in our parade as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
big year for elections and
Okay.
politicians.
Interesting.
Also, I know that we're going to have a couple of little misses. Not one, but two.
Oh.
Yes, we have
Like the little Miss Deerfield?
we have little Miss Deerfield, who is
That's great.
Madison Mickelson.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
yeah, and we also have little Miss Hampton Beach is also going to be.
And
Because
who's that?
she's a Deerfield resident. That
Is that a
Miss-
surprise?
well, not really. I guess not anymore.
See, I find stuff out on this What's Happening
Well,
Deerfield
see,
show, too.
I wasn't really surprised. It was more like a tease. If you want to see them, you got to come to the parade.
See, and I'm
But I will
impatient.
say, Miss Olivia will be Little Miss Hampton Beach.
Okay.
And so they'll be part of our parade
That's
as well.
really exciting.
We'll have some people from Deerfield Parks and Rec out there
Yeah.
strutting their gear, and lots of fire engines.
Mhm.
We have some other surprises in terms of some antique vehicles and things like that. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, hoping to fill that out nicely. And
And I
keep
know
it
last
moving.
year was a little tricky. I'm sure people are time-wise, like wondering. There was, I think, the parade had just taken a really long time. So
Mhm.
4 p.m. people can
We're-
go. It was.
Yeah, well, part of the process with the parade is that because the parade works its way down Church Street, and then we go into a giant barbecue and band
Mhm.
playing and all things in the field, there is a natural tendency to just go to Church Street because the parade is coming that way.
Oh,
Which
I
is
see.
convenient, which
Yeah.
is nice. We'd love
You're
to
already
see it
there,
spread out
right.
a little bit more on the route, just so that the people in the parade are actually going by people and crowds on the actual street. So,
Right, and
so
you
I
have
think that's
law
part of it.
enforcement, so it's safe to take
Right.
your family and
Absolutely,
go stand on
yeah,
the side
and
of
it's
a
all
street.
lit,
the
yeah,
street.
good point.
Yeah,
And so I think that's kind of like what that delayed thing is all about.
gotcha.
So if you were up the road
You
at
would've seen it
4:10,
much
the
quicker.
parade would be coming by, but if you wait till the very last leg of the parade, then it's gonna, take a
Yeah.
little bit longer to get to you,
That makes sense.
to work that strip. So, but that's
Just-
what'll happen, and then they'll
okay.
come into the field, and then it's party from that point on.
Chicken barbecue and
Mhm.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of leads us right into our next. So coming in from the parade, we have basically the barbecue starts at 4:45.
Yeah, that's
and
the
runs till
time we
6.
estimate to start serving.
Okay.
As soon as everybody's back in from the parade and we're ready, obviously we want to get it going. The line gets big quick because
Yes, it
everybody's
does.
coming all at once. So
Yeah. So yeah, like Joe said, you want to get down there at around 4:30, 4:45.
we don't even have to necessarily make a grand announcement. We do what we call in the chicken barbecue business a soft opening. We tell a couple people, go ahead, get in the line over there. The next thing you know,
Once
everybody
people see
realizes,
others eating.
get out of my way, give me some chicken. And everybody gets ready.
Well, you get the best sides too. If you get up there quick.
Well, we try
You
to
get
ma-
the full assortment.
At least you think you do. That's the
Oh,
idea.
see, that's what I think.
Well, yeah, sure, and that's what a lot of people
Tricky.
think. So we do try to balance the sides, and we should take a minute to talk a little
Yeah, I
bit
was
about the
gonna
cost,
say that.
the sides, and all of that.
Yeah.
We provide a chicken barbecue for $5 for adults, free for seniors,
Yeah.
free for children. That gets you chicken. McDonald's and the Barnes family donates the salads for us,
Mm-hmm.
the orange drink. We provide obviously all the utensils, the plates, the cups, all of that. And then when we ask, not just to fill out more and to save on our own expenses and unpredictability of how do you side for several hundred people, and I don't even know how many exactly we have, but also to give it that old time town feel that we ask people
Yeah.
to bring a side.
It's a community
So
event.
yes, you will pay $5 for a hind quarter of chicken.
Huge.
And, yes, exactly.
Huge
And everything
piece.
else. And yes, on top of that, we ask people to bring sides. The more people get into it from a community standpoint and the sides, the better the barbecue, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So we really would ask people to please try to, the more thought you can put into sides is great. Potato salad,
Yeah.
coleslaw, beans, anything really.
We had some
Macaroni.
really interesting
Oh,
ones
some
too.
fantastic
some-
ones. And what happens obviously is
Different.
people quickly gravitate towards that, and then we do our best to try to manage that. So if you're at the
Right.
end of the line, doesn't mean you're out of luck. We
Right.
try to balance that. But obviously the more we have to work with, the more we can do that and make it a great experience, whether you're in the front of the line or the end of the line, or wherever it works out.
And see, you do a good job because no one would have known that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Well-
You'd think if you got there first, you get the best sides, the
Right.
best you know.
Right.
But it's nice you
We
do
don't
that,
want
'cause that does
anybody-
make sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be trampled in a mad rush to get to the best sides. So don't do that. We'll try to spread things out as best we can and ask everybody to do their best bringing us sides.
Sounds great.
Okay.
And so that's put on by the Deerfield Recreation Committee.
Yep,
right?
and we're always looking for more help in terms of helping service the people once the barbecue is done. It's quite a process that the Robertson family brought to us
Yeah.
years ago. We have a giant barbecue pit made out of cinder blocks, and we rent racks from the winery at UNH and do the whole process. And then once it's serving time, we really could use people to help manage
Yeah.
those sides as we spoke of, and just kind of keep things moving along and helping people as best we can. So if you'd like to be involved in helping us with that as well, please, by all means, contact us at the office, or even offer yourself there that day. We'll be happy to.
I was gonna say,
Hook
people
you up.
can, I know people last year volunteered for just the chicken barbecue.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yep.
you don't have
It's
to
a
spend
huge
your
part
whole
of the
day
day.
there either.
Right. No,
You
great
just,
point.
you
Yeah.
know, come and help with the chicken barbecue and enjoy the rest of the night, because there's
Mhm.
music, and
Yep.
we'll get to that. See, it's
Yep.
exciting.
Yep.
So anyways, we have then the root beer floats put on by the Deerfield Democrats,
Mhm.
and that's taking place down at the gazebo field.
Yep, same
too.
timetable, same kind of thing.
Same app,
Yep, yep.
And then moving, we have our gazebo performance this
Mhm.
year, and that starts at 5 and goes till 7 o'clock. And that's Mr. Nick and the Dirty Tricks,
Mhm.
which is a regular favorite here in town. And
Yep, well known to Deerfield. They didn't do
yeah.
Old Home Day last year, but they performed last year at the
Family
Fun
Fun
Night.
Yep.
They've done Old Home Days for several years before that. I think they're a great fit. You know, we obviously were
They
looking
are.
for entertainment that is not too specified to one particular genre.
right,
We don't want the adults saying these darn kids and their rock and roll, and we don't want the kids saying,
it's hard
you
to make
know,
everybody.
Yeah, so some music that's kind of pumping and thumping that keeps the kids running around the field, gives them their extra boost,
Yeah.
but that families and adults can enjoy, and nobody's going to be offended by it, or not going to be too loud or anything
Right.
like that. That's just a great time, and I think they do a great job, and they're a real good fit for Old Home Day.
They are a great fit, absolutely. So that will take place 5 to 7.
Yep.
And then from there, we
Now,
have.
one thing
oh,
before you,
yeah,
just before you go
please.
there, again, this is timed out, that I know a lot of people eat, and then they're gonna wanna head up to our next event. But
Oh.
things are really timed out, that the band plays just till 7. And that gives people plenty of time to do everything they have to do to then move on over, dun, dun,
La.
dun.
To the fabulous fireworks display at the fairgrounds, and that will be starting at 8:45, pretty promptly too. I remember last year, people were thinking we had said 8:45 get there,
Mm.
and so I know that a lot of people came a little after the fireworks had started. So you definitely do want to be there.
Yeah.
But like Joe said, it doesn't start till 8:45, so don't think you need to run. I know some, last year we found that people were thinking that they had to get from the field over to the fairgrounds.
Yeah, and the
And it's
fairgrounds.
just so much time.
Right.
And then you sit over there and there's nothing there.
I mean, obviously, and you'll get to the ice cream
Oh,
part and all
yes,
that.
that's true.
But, yeah, there's plenty of parking, that's never gonna be
Yeah.
an issue there, all of that, there's plenty of time to get there. And anytime after 7, they show up and you wanna relax, because that
Right.
has become a fun thing for people to do, to kinda get up early. It's almost kinda like when you go to the drive-in theater. Am I dating myself?
No.
There aren't many drive-in theaters left, but you'd get there early, you'd wait for the movie, but
Yeah.
meanwhile, people
Hang
would hang
around.
around and mingle, almost like a campground.
Fireworks too,
kind of
actually.
thing.
That's really actually very normal.
Yeah,
You go
and-
see fireworks. You
Exactly,
get there early.
and so while that's going on, will be the ice cream sundaes, and you can
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about who's doing that this year and how that's
Yeah,
going.
so Alan O'Neill is actually heading up the fundraising for the Deerfield Community School Playground. And he is there, is it the playground fundraiser?
Yep.
Is that the name?
Yep, the
I don't know.
Deerfield Community School Playground Revitalization Committee.
Thank you.
Woo, I got it up.
Okay, so say that one more time and then I'll extend.
No, you're pushing your luck. Just put it up on the screen, I did it.
Just put it on the screen.
I did it.
So
Well,
anyways,
fitness
they
thing.
are actually hosting the ice cream social down at the fairgrounds this year. And they're doing that to try to drum up some support for the new playground being put in at the Deerfield Community School, and do some fundraising for that. So, like Joe said, you know, it will start at 7. They'll be down there ready to serve ice cream. And I know that they have T-shirts and other events coming up that they will be kind of promoting.
Maybe we'll have them on the show and can talk more specifically about some of those things.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
they
a
have
great
coming
idea.
up. You know, as we get into the fall and so
Yeah,
forth.
because there's a
to help
lot
out
that
the
they
playground.
have, so that
There
would
is,
be,
yep.
you know, a definite benefit, so.
And if I could just mention, going back a little bit to our T-shirts that we're wearing and all of that.
Yes.
We don't have a budget currently in the town for Old Home Days. Our department does our best to pay for the events and raise money where we can. There's only a couple of ways that we raise money, just through any kind of donations. The chicken barbecue is $5, but that basically goes to try to offset the cost of chicken, but there's other things as well. You know, we do have donors and sponsors. So we want to thank the people who have donated. In fact, if I look around.
I was going to say, I'll turn around and you can.
Oh, there it is, okay. So we've had some other business as well. Our primary sponsors, of course, are our own department, Deerfield Parks and Rec, the Deerfield Fair Association, the Deerfield Veterinary Clinic, all on the back of these beautiful T-shirts. And then the other thing we're doing is we're selling these T-shirts for $20 a piece. I know that's a lot for a T-shirt, but you get a free fireworks display with every T-shirt.
Wow.
You can't beat that.
No,
So that's the
not.
idea, is to think of this in terms of a donation to Old Home Days, so we keep things going, we pay for the fireworks display.
It's almost like a donation, but you get something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the way to kind of look at it.
Yeah.
We know you can get a T-shirt cheaper than
Of
$20.
course.
The idea is you're donating. This tells people you're donating. That's why I'm wearing one.
It advertises.
That's why my whole
too.
family's wearing one.
Yep, me too. Just got one for Lance for his birthday.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yeah, that's
how it goes.
what we try to do to help each other out and support the cause. So we hope everybody does that. They will be available at Old Home Day in advance here at the Parks and Rec office if you want to get yours in advance, to make sure that you get not only your shirt, but the size you most like and so forth. So they are limited. We hope to move them all out and just help us offset the cost a little bit for Old Home Day.
Right.
Anything else? We said the date, Saturday, August 16th.
Yeah.
Please contact us at the office. The phone number 463-8811, extension 305. If you have any further questions, you can email us, parks@townofdeerfieldnh.com. We hope to see everybody there. If nothing else, just to be there and kind of support Old Home Days in general. It's sort of a dying thing in a lot of communities, and every year
it's changing.
nobody has time for a lot of things anymore.
Yeah.
So every time we can have a successful one by people's attendance, it makes us feel good that they haven't gone away yet. They're not extinct. We can keep this thing going. So we hope that's what happens this year. Anything else?
Great.
Any questions, thoughts, or comments about Old Home Day?
No, I'm excited. I unfortunately won't be there, but I
You'll hear
will
all
be
about it.
looking forward to hearing all about it in the pictures. And
Well,
all
we'll
of
try to
that,
get some
so,
footage
Yeah,
and include that in our next show.
absolutely.
And that we can go from there. And you can check out the
Sounds
footage as well. We'll give you the full report.
Sounds great.
Okay, so on behalf of Eric Almeida, my name is Joe Manzi. We obviously hope to see everybody at Old Home Day on Saturday, August 16th. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on What's Happening, Deerfield.